Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MATCHFIT Entertainment's official coverage of Supercars NZ 2026 Allports V8 Supercar Series. Say that really fast and then you can take my job. Obviously, we're going to just quickly call out the sponsors and thank you viewers that are joining us here tonight live at MATCHFIT Entertainment, and obviously the Sky 83 Face TV viewers as well. Obviously the GAMAFLARE peeps, Allports as always on board, and I think it is weekly sponsor VOLK Auto Electrical on board for this week, ladies and gentlemen. It is round 9 in the Allports V8 Supercar Series. We are at Suzuka. What a bloody fantastic track. I'm Davo, and right by my side, as always, J-Man. How are you doing, my friend?
Evening, Davo. Evening, viewers. Good afternoon. Good evening to all. And, yeah, welcome back to the Supercars NZ Allports V8 Summer Series. What a fantastic series this has been so far, Davo. And I'm sure no doubt that tonight will be every bit as epic as everything we've been seeing of late. And 5.8 kilometres, 18 turns of Suzuka. So obviously off to Japan for this round here. Fantastic piece of racetrack. Boy. Famous opened around 63 years ago, this track was. So been on the calendar for a lot of formulas for a long, long time. And these cars soak it up very, very well. Quite a fast-flowing circuit. Some famous corners in there. Obviously, we've got the Spoon Corner, 130R, and obviously the Casio Triangle, the final chicane, which will really just test the drivers as they come down and they scrub off all that speed after that back straight into that chicane. But yeah, good format for tonight. Obviously, we have just partaken in that opening practice session. We've basically been calling it the pre-quali, and
yes.
It has been the top 30 make it through. The guys have opened the floodgates up tonight, and I can tell you we do have, I think might be around 37 or 38 cars in there tonight. So we're going to give it a red hot crack to see if we can keep, I guess, the hamsters running on the wheel and keep the show rolling here tonight. A lot of data collection from the MATCHFIT Entertainment broadcast crew as we're busy at work here tonight. But hey, look, it was a fantastic opening practice session that we witnessed just off a camera. We saw Rehan Leonage trading some impressive low 205s around here with obviously Dutch and co. And all the usual big hitters right behind. But pretty pumped to see that GAMAFLARE car up towards the pointy end again, as we've seen so much. And also great addition to see that our very own Phil Antoon and the MATCHFIT GAMAFLARE car out there as well, and he was performing inside the 10 as well on that practice session. So 15 minutes is what they've got to try and set this grid for race 1, the sprint race, which will be a 15-minute sprint race, and then we will see the reverse top 15 for the feature race, compulsory tyre stop for a minimum of 2 tyres required in that one. They will be hard on the tyres around this place. It is going to ask a lot, especially Sector 1 through the S's. And then also, Davo, one of the broadcast team got to go for a skid in one of these on Sunday. And I'll tell you what, I reckon the danger spot here tonight will be out of turn 7 up through the Dunlop curve before they head down to 8, 9 through the Degner and under the bridge. And then the big stop at turn 11, the hairpin. Going to be a hot spot for action tonight.
No surprise, J-Man, a hot spot in just about anything you're driving down there at Casio, is it? Or is it the hairpin you're talking about up the back?
The hairpins, yeah. So down at turn 11.
Turn 11, as we just see on your screens there, ladies and gentlemen, as you can clearly see, Andrew Dutch to the top of the leaderboard so far. Only 10 minutes left in this session. Things will move quite quickly here, J-Man.
Okay. I thought I saw a Rehan in there earlier, so I'm not sure if we've had a bit of a disconnect for Rehan because he was right up there. on a very similar number. So I'm not sure what's happened there. But anyway, in the interim, Andrew Dutch takes that spot at the moment with a 2:05.294. Super fast times.
Absolutely.
Here. These things are a heck of a handful. Trying to get all that power down.
Yeah, oh, look, and even just a handful under brakes as we just pick up on Dion de Graaf's car there as he tries to pull it up in the right-hander there before they duck under the bridge there, J-Man. So, big, just a little bit too much curb here. These cars, look, it really does give these boys a chance to stretch the legs in these things a little here at Suzuka tonight, but very technical in the first sector as they run up to the S's and up the hill. So it's going to be an interesting race, I think. Well, two races, obviously, tonight.
Yeah, and that first one on this longer lap circuit too, Davo and viewers, is going to be interesting based on the fact that I think predictively, based on the lap times, we're going to see them do around about 8 laps, 7 or 8 laps for that race. So it is going to go by super, super quick. And the importance of those finishing positions, just to be inside that top 15 going forward. And specifically, we'll see who gets, I guess, the wild card this round. Someone that finishes in P15's effectively got the start row for the second one, the feature. Now, we have seen the likes of Dutchy, Forbit, Rayhan and co all work their way back through from that 15th spot because they've got time and what will be around 28 minutes to try and get to work on that. So
Yep.
As we see, I do see Rayhan out there again now, cycling around. It's currently sitting
Yeah,
down.
right, and he's doing okay. I think he's him tucked in behind Forbit there.
Yep.
Actually, at the moment.
Yeah, and got Heath just tucked in behind him. But so I'm just trying to get a read on Darren Long. Okay, so this is now a name that we are very familiar with quoting and talking to at the end of the night. Current point series leader. We'll touch the base on that a little bit shortly, but yeah, he really just right down the bottom of the totem at the moment for me. So I'm just hoping, there we go, goes up to top 5. So sometimes the commentator's curse is good and sometimes it's bad. Well, that one was...
that was a good one.
That was definitely one of the good ones. So well done, Darren, to see himself just elevate himself up the grid.
Absolutely. We'd expect to see the sister car too in Peter Vanderberg, J-Mans, as he runs across the line here, potentially make a gain. Oh, only one position for Vanderberg there, just tucked behind Antoon, actually, who's running in 18th. You mentioned his name earlier, J-Man.
14th, right?
14th, should I say? Yep. Yes, in one of the official MATCHFIT / GAMAFLARE cars there. So nice work from Phil. Ryan is aware he is on track. He's saying he came back. I think we had him on camera before.
Yeah, look, he's just at the moment he is. Where is he? He's just come through 130 hours, coming up to the Casio Triangle to bank a lap, and there's a fair bit of magenta, I think, in the lap. Just looking at that, yeah. So Sector 1 and Sector 4 look very, very good. Personal best Sector 3. I think there's around about 6 or so sectors in this racetrack. So here we go. What does he come across? And goes to the top on a 2:05.001.
Wow, no surprise.
The fastest time I've seen tonight already. Set of tyres and straight back out there. Not happy with it. Still got around 6 odd minutes left to run on the front.
Definitely got the time to get back out there, J-Man. Absolutely. Just picking up on Gunston, I think is Gunston changed cars? I'm sure.
South Canterbury removals, but was that formerly a Mustang?
It was, and I'm sure I heard some whispers during the week that the team might be swapping over to the Chevy.
I just got to say it, Dave. It looks far more professional with the bow tie on the front.
Just quietly. Well, there you go. You opened your himself up there, J-Man, with some comments as he just struggles to pull that Chevy up, keeps the badge off the wall, but only just. But yeah, just sort of getting a few more Chevy numbers in the field here, J-Man. It is a bit of a Mustang fest, so, but nice work. And look, speedy as always. J-Man, that car that we just saw on screen, the new Chevy, in 4th position as we speak, with only, less than 5 minutes to go.
Blake Fitz, so a former round winner. We see Blake Fitz there, P8, just poked in a nice time there. So I think he went in there on a 5.8 or 5.9, so he's already actually in there. Oh, sorry, 6.1. It was actually Lob with a 5.8. Yeah, 6.1 sees Blake Fitz into 8th position. But yeah, tough field at the moment as we start winding down in this qualifying session.
Yeah,
couldn't agree more. Jaco Venter, the MATCHFIT GAMAFLARE cars look fantastic, as do so many out there. Otherwise, I've got to say I do like that Chevy with the South Canterbury removals logos all over it.
all day. So let's get another shot of that, actually, because a new car on the grid, essentially, isn't it, J-Man? Here, the new South Canterbury's removals car there, Chevy. Totally different paint scheme. They were running like a pseudo Ford Credit style paint scheme on the Mustang, but this thing looks bloody fantastic. Looks like a Castrol car, not a Castrol car, a Valvoline car to me. Looks bloody beautiful. So yeah, nice work from the boys there, and whoever is flicking the brush on that Chevy, because that thing looks fantastic.
Honestly, mate, the Kiwis watching this, it's got on the side shot, it's reminiscent of a Placemaker's tradie paint scheme. So
well, there you go.
That does look very, very good. So Rayhan, like I said, still at the top on that 205.001 over Andrew Dutch, going to share the front row provisionally, still with just a little bit of time to go, couple and a half minutes. Roger Forbett, no stranger to being up there in the pointy end, as Michael Gunstone, who we were just watching.
Absolutely. Forbett.
Scotty McKenzie.
Forbett, did really well, actually. I think 4th position in the Phillip Island 500 the other day for our MATCHFIT events in the GT4 cars. Always a solid performer. Sporting the blue wheels on that Misfits car there, J-Man. But Rian still not happy, J-Man, like you said, and back out there having another crack at it. So Gunston just out of the top 3 in 4th position in the new Chevy. Only pipped there by Stone Street, just quietly in the background.
Poked it in there, nice with a 5.58.
So nice work. And Archie in the background, if you cannot hear that, he is pumped for this one. So let's go.
4.8 now. Rehan lowers
Wow.
the number to a 4.8. I reckon he knew he had that in him, hence why he decided to keep going.
Yep.
So a good 4.5 tenths is the margin now for Rehan Leonard over Andrew Dutch. Is Dutchy? Is he still out there? Let me just bring up my numbers. No, he's back in the pits, I believe.
Darren Lobb still out on track as we wind down this. He might sneak another one, and I'm not sure how this works still. But looking solid through the hairpin there, J-Man, before getting down onto the back straight here. Car is looking tight. Vandenberg, teammate, still out on track, should I say.
Yep.
Just coming through and out of T1. We will get back to Lob. Gunstone moves another position, J-Man, and pulls that position back from Stone Street that we were just talking about. Lob the track. Nice work from Gunstone. Vandenberg still out on track. He's done. Bristow coming through 130. Car looks a little awkward. He is currently holding down 31st. That is done and dusted. ladies and gentlemen, well done to the top 10. Ryan, Andrew Dutch, Roger Forbett, Michael Gunston, Troy Stonestreet, Scott McKenzie, Dion DeGraff, Darren Lobb, should I say, Michael Jones, and Blake Fitz. Awesome work from all of those boys. We will get back up here and just thank, obviously, all of our sponsors. Obviously, major sponsor GAMAFLARE and Allports, as always. Nice work, and we are going to welcome again to all our MatchFit supporters and viewers that tune in every week. We know you guys are tuning in. G'day to you guys, and g'day to the Channel 83 Face TV, J-Man, on Sky. There,
yeah,
welcome aboard.
Welcome to everyone. That is awesome. Once again, so obviously we are getting ready for the race start, and man, you know, these guys out there absolutely 10 tenths on those qualifying laps, Dave. Now they've got to reset the brain, chuck a little bit more fuel in them, and then try and walk these 650 plus horsepower things off the line, and that would be no easy task. I went out and had a little skid of one of these in the weekend online, and one thing I did not do, Davo, is I did not try and start one.
There you go. Well, tricky stuff, no doubt. We are about to go green, ladies and gentlemen. 37 cars, I think I counted, in the grid qualified there, J-Man. So nice work to all of the boys on track tonight. It's going to be a bloody cracker. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. Lights are up. Round 9, Suzuka. Supercars. NZ.
Good jump from Dutch.
Nice
Straight
work.
away, Davo. Looks like Forbett just rolled out a little earlier. Didn't want to get into any sort of trading with those front two, but relatively clean, although a little bit of an incident around the mid-pack there into turn 1. Not sure who that was.
So the elbows out immediately, as you would expect, and look at the background. I think that is McKenzie and Stonestreet going at it, and it's still on in the background. Whoa! Stand back, everybody.
Oh man, it has got busy, and I tell you what, movers and shakers already. Antoon up 7 spots, Fox up 7, Dane Northdirth up 7 spots, 10 spots up for Shane Edgar already, 8 spots for Fitz. It is on. Or is that my data just going a bit whack? It could be.
It might be going a little bit mental.
Yeah, it could be. No, Antoon's still up a few, but yeah, there it goes, settles down 3 spots. So big losers lap 1 straight away. Troy Stonestreet, consummate performer week in, week out. He has taken a hit already, this one.
Yep.
Back a few spits. Race control radios lit up already. So lots of feeling out there ready in this sprint race, Davo, at round 9 Suzuka.
Yeah, so just trying to pick up on some of these incidents, and I think we're just picking up on something in the background, and I don't. That was what we were looking for, but either way, it did happen in the background as the boys all run down. The leader, Dutch in the lead, J-Man.
Yeah, Dutch just this opening lap just holding off Rehan at the moment. Rehan in tow though, watching these guys, and literally can hear and see them really just trying to get the power down hard. Dutchy did a good job out of Casio Triangle there to get all that power down for the front straight. Obviously Munro, and I'm not sure who the other driver was, but involved in an incident a little bit earlier. It's just costly in these very quick fire sprint races.
Yeah, and Troy Stonestreet was actually one of those that just got tangled up. I think it might have been with one of the Misfits cars there. Just elbows out, lap one racing here, and through the S's here at a track like Suzuka, J-Man, that definitely takes a little bit of skill and a little bit of participation from the people you're battling with. Because if you don't get both of those, it's going to go wrong.
Yeah, it's certainly got to be some contract signed pretty quickly, I think, to make an agreement there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But good start, though, for Dutchy. Rehan going with him as well, so that's a good little battle forming there, and good challenge as they come up towards, well, they're actually heading towards Spoon Corner at the moment.
So, and two, running in 21st, Dutch coming out of the hairpin with Rian. Let's get over the back of Andrew Dutch's car, and Rian, no surprise, all over the back. Look, this is rinse and repeat from, I think, was it last week or the week before, or both? Maybe, J-Man.
Yep. Rian just using every bit of real estate.
Absolutely.
Through 130R there, hanging on to it. But there's a good little battle going on. And
so, and the three are back from there. So we got Forbett, Gunston, Lob, all formidable drivers. A little bit of a gap in the top of the field there, actually all the way back there. So good spread of cars. A little bit of space between them now. A little bit of early muscling has obviously changed up the mid-pack. Radford and Kitcher, J-Man. Now, I was just watching Kitcher in practice and in qualifying. Looking pretty speedy here at Suzuka. So, definitely one to watch. Let's get out of the front of Radford's car here and just have a look at Kitcher navigating this sun in their eyes here as they run up. What are these two turns here, J-Man? What numbers are these before they go onto the bridge?
So you basically come out of 7, go through 8, 9, which is Digna, and 8 down to 9, and then under the bridge there up to 10, the right-hand kink before turn 11, the hairpin. So fantastic piece of racetrack. However, not as easy to do as opposed to what it looks like. It is so hard to get the power down out of 7 in these things. And just an update on that earlier incident as well, 044. That is Troy Stone Street got a drive-through penalty for that one. So that was a little bit of unpacking to do there. So on what started out as, not too good, has ended up a little worse for Troy. So look, he's got another race to bounce back. But this one, in such a short format, we are already 6 minutes in of 15. It's a long way back from that. So once again, having a look, seeing Harrow Man. Okay, so Antoon in a great battle with Watson. Down to Graf just up ahead of there. So good improvements from the 31 MATCHFIT motorsport car there of Antoon this week. Obviously, I think qualified 1 and 3 up to this point, but really comfortable out there at the moment, running inside the top 20, chasing down. Lots of learning going on at the moment as the Camaro chases down the Festive Foods car of Ross Watson. It has a big look to the inside as well, so good time to pick up on that, Davo.
We're on it,
fires
down
the inside. Gets that job done, set sight now for Dion de Graaf.
So nice, 101 move there, J-Man. A little bit of overlap, gets on the brakes late and gets it done. Good clean stuff into one there for Antoon over at Watson.
Yeah, and good battle still going on up the front here, Davo. Andrew Dutch, Rehan, Leonard, absolutely trading sectors at the moment. Best lap out for Rehan is a 206.042, a 206.1 for Andrew Dutch. So these guys, well, Rehan just maybe give him a little bit of a Morse code in and out of the hairpin there. Just a reminder of how close he is.
And just how good he is under brakes, I think, to Dutchy. Just going, I got you there, brother. So So yeah, nice work, good, clean stuff from these boys as always. And that race will go down to the wire. Forbit there. Roger, the gentleman Forbit, in third position.
Looking racy too, Davo. Just a couple more spots back from that. The 240 car of Shane Edgar really just coming up through Spoon then before they come down onto the back straight was putting a fair amount of pressure on to Dylan Radford there. So good to see the battles going on. That is for 10th and 11th.
Yeah, nice work from Edgar there. I think that Mustang identifies as an AUXR8 Falcon or something. I'm pretty sure that's what's written on the bottom
a
there.
big move there, Phil Carpenter. And cooks it down into the Casio triangle. Just had them all locked up, Davo. And unfortunately, that's actually escalated into a battle now between... Oh, there's an absolute melee of cars there. You talked about the car that identified. And there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way going on there. So that is... I believe
Edgar, we were talking about Shane Edgar there, but it's actually a bit further back. It's Bradbury, Greenhall, Vandenberg and De Graaf, and it is well and truly on, like you mentioned, Jay. And I think it is Heath Partel leading that battle. But if we get out of the back of Robbie, Parlett, Robbie Bradbury's car here, and you get a clear indication here of how intense this battle is. Just look at Greenhall going Vandenberg. Oh no, it's actually a little bit. It's Dion De Graaf. I thought it was.
De Graaf.
Yeah, having a crack there at Greenhall.
Yeah, and I can see the intensity starting to ramp up as well right throughout the field, but in particular with the body language and the attitude of the car at the moment from Rehan on Andrew Dutch. He's starting to use a lot more curb and just take a couple more risks at the moment. He really wants to get this position.
That is Antoon just tucked in the background here. We will just pick up on this little sneaky little move from Edgar, and nice work running up to the hairpin after the bridge there and sneaking past Dylan Radford. So nice work there. But look, we've got to get back to this. Let's get back over the rear wing of Robbie Bradbury's car and just look at that train. First cab off the rank is Pete Vandenberg.
Up the front, Davo, we've got a pass for the lead. Sorry to interrupt, mate, but Rehan just held his line through Casio Triangle and managed to just catch Andrew Dutch, just being slightly off a line, and slips on through. So sorry, mate, that is the lead of the race change.
Yes, and ever so slightly offline on the transition there, J-Man. Like you said, he looked like he got into it okay, maybe carried a little too much speed, just pushed him wide on the trans, and there you go. Rehan's, look, right there, ready to take advantage of it. So there you go, there's the replay, ladies and gentlemen. You don't miss out on anything here.
Yeah, and rightly so, the battle you were watching and just watching Dion De Graaf working over Pete Vandenberg, and that's so tight.
Damn, how close was that?
Yeah. Dion did a great job, probably just to roll out at the right time there, not make front, left to rear, right quarter contact with Pete Vandenberg.
Just quietly, Dion's car is got a little bit of front damage there as he gets a bit of overlap. He's on the wrong side for it all though here.
Yeah.
Oh, he lets him pass.
Yeah, so, and I tell you what, we talk about the wild card for race 2. If Phil Antoon can make one more spot, if he can grab Blake Greenhall, he'll get a front row start for the feature race. He's currently sitting P16. Can he put a move on Blake Greenhall to maybe elevate himself? He's only got around 3 minutes to do it. There'll only be a couple of laps left in this thing based on where our leaders are.
Oh, Antoon all over the back of Greenhall now, J-Man, as we...
Yeah, he looked for a sniff up here on the inside the lap before, and that was... Oh, he's touched him up.
So just picking that up on live there.
Diminishing returns.
So tough call there.
He's going to have to pay an invoice for that.
You know it. Okay, it's getting serious. Well, it got serious right at the start.
Yeah, so race controls lit up. So they'll be fully aware of what's going on there. And they'll work out what
Oh,
that
yes.
looks like.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And as this little battle going on in the background, I think it was from Robbie Bradbury back. The dynamic has changed a little, oh well, somewhat actually, with Dion de Graaf past Vandenberg in the last lap or so. With the sneaky little pass. What's going on in the background here, though?
Oh, just ahead.
Oh no, that is that Carpenter off with a little bit of contact. I don't know who that might have. I think that was either. It might have been Zalowski. Maybe not. Phil Carpenter. Just getting a bit of something on the side there. Getting off track out of one.
Yeah.
A little bit of a battle going on behind Lee Greenhall. Recovering. J-Man Robbie Carwood tucked in behind. In another of the Simblacks cars. Plenty going on all the way down through the field, like Carwood, 25th, mate. These guys are racing like it's for the top three.
Yep.
No surprise.
And Antoon has to go and pay the toll man through the pit lane for that one.
No surprise.
Yeah.
Jeff Horgan running in 33 and Robert Munro in 34. I think Heath Munn in the pit lane. And like you just mentioned, we will see Phil Antoon, who got tangled up there. He will circulate there as well.
Yeah, Rayhan just crossed the line just with enough time to go one more round. So
only just.
Yeah, wasn't a lot in it. So this will be the final. Dutchy is around about a second behind him. So that was a really, really good fight. And opportune, lots of pressure applied by Rayhan on Andrew Dutch there at the final chicane, and took his opportunity when it arose. So good battle there. Good to see Roger Forbett. Solid race in third. Looks to have been relatively in control of that position, and series leader Darren Lobb just tucked in behind him as well. So Gunston, we talked about the shift of manufacturer, and it hasn't hurt his speed at all. He's sitting P5, down a spot, did qualify in fourth. But look, he's looked solid once again. Kitcher with a very, very good race, as is Blake Fitz. Welcome back to Fitzy. Scotty McKenzie also P6, and he is actually right on the back of Gunston now. Oh, big lock up into the hairpin. Can he save it? Oh, and I'll tell you what, that was all sorts of locked up for the 503 car.
In McKenzie, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of Oppie lock going on there. Managed to arrest it and not tag the back of Michael Gunston.
Yeah, nice work. And look, we were just having a look back. Actually, Blake Fitz just coming back on. But Kitcher, like you mentioned, J-Man with a great race. Got a little bit of a gap on Jones and Edgar, who is 9 and 10 respectively. So good work from Edgar to make the top 10 there. J-Man, Dylan Radford also tucked in behind. So nice work, Peter. Still with some business to do, as the boys will start, no doubt, coming across the finish line. We will get a quick look at Rian across the line. Andrew Dutch and Roger Forbett taking out the top three. We will just snip back to this Robbie Bradbury Vandenberg three-way going on here through I-30 and then down to the Casio.
Yeah,
chicane.
I think,
here we go. So he's pulled out. Oh, and two gone past. It was Bradbury potentially out of fuel. Is he going to lose more positions here? Or is that line back there? Wow. There you go. Didn't see that one, J-Man. So.
No. So there you go. That is the sprint race here at round 9 Suzuka. Well done to Rehan Leonards over Andrew Dutch. Roger Forbett, that is your podium. And obviously, as you mentioned, Darren Lobb, Gunston, McKenzie, Fitz, Kitcher, Jones, Edgar, round out the 10. And so many big names after that.
Kitcher, Jones, Edgar, Radford, Callahan, De Graaf, Vanderberg, Parlett, Bradbury, Fox, and Northrift, Watson, Zalewski, Carpenter, and Greenhall. J-Man, what a freaking race. Crazy stuff. Elbows were out early, and I'm sure the live stewards were busy in the first 15 minutes of tonight's race. Tonight's racing here. Heat 1, done and dusted in the Supercars NZ 2026 Allports V8 Supercar Series, brought to you by GAMAFLARE and Allports, and as always streamed live to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment. Weekly sponsor, VOLK Auto Electrical. Need auto electrical and you're in their area, get amongst it. Google search that. We might even have links in the description. Who would have thunk it? But yeah, get on to VOLK Auto Electrical, ladies and gentlemen. Weekly sponsor. Round 9 here at Suzuka. Let us also thank all of the usual sponsors, GAMAFLARE, SIMRACING, and welcome all our viewers as well, from not only, like our supporters and viewers and stuff from MATCHFIT, and but also our viewers and supporters from Channel 83, Face TV on Sky. We could touch on voice, but we also got to touch on Quizzies with Flair. So Quizzies with Flair in conjunction with GAMAFLARE. Got some great giveaways at the end of the season. I'm not sure how do you sign up for this, but they're going to give stuff away anyway. So stay tuned. We might have more information next week. But good bunch of guys. We love it when we've got the peeps in the background flicking out some cash and some prizes to not only the viewers but the drivers alike. So good work from those. Like I mentioned, it is round 9. 17th of February, ladies and gentlemen, we're at Suzuka here for round 9. J-Man, if you are still there, do you want to look at some points, my friend? Do you have that in front of you?
Absolutely, obviously. So when we quote these points, viewers, they are obviously subject to the drop round still being applied, I believe. But we do have still out front Darren Lobb on 1,115 points over Dion de Graaf. 963, 908 for Forbett, 888 for Troy Stone Street, Andrew Dutch 862, Michael Gunston 859, Pete Vanderberg 852. So it's pretty tight inside that top sort of seven positions. Apart from the big jump, Darren Lobb's consistency has been impressive. Michael Jones 823, Scotty McKenzie and Russell Pepperell 738. Obviously Rehan on the move, P11. So late starter to the championship, but he is moving up that totem very, very quickly.
No surprise.
Bradley, Fitz, Edgar, Gibson, Callahan, McNamara, Mitchell, Carpenter, Radford. That is the 20. The list goes on. I can tell you, viewers, that there is around 75 odd names in that list. 74 of them have scored points, so very impressive stats from Supercars NZ, and another fantastic championship that is realistically getting towards the business end now. We are closing this one down.
Very much so, J-Man. You are correct. And like I think you already mentioned, it is the feature race here tonight for round 9 at Suzuka in the Supercars NZ Allports V8 Supercar Series. Reverse grid for the top 15. And we are go, 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 ladies and gentlemen. What a cracking start. 3 wide through T1 there, J-Man. It is Kitcher. It was Kitcher, Parnell. Parlett and Jones, I think it was. It might have been Edgar actually in amongst that too. So plenty going on. Like we saw in the heat race, these guys do not muck around.
No, they don't. And these are the ones where that reverse 15, Davo's going to see the likes of Leonard, Gunstone, Dutch. All those guys are going to be frantically soaring on the wheel to try and get to the pointy end. This is a dangerous part of the race for some of these guys. So if they kind of get obstructed too much, look for them to maybe get those minimum 2 tyres, compulsory pit stop done early. But at the moment is an absolute snake out there.
Okay.
It's bumper to bumper.
It is, and we already see stuff going on in J-Man and with Carnage and Airpin and Adams. No, that was Watson. No, it wasn't. Who went backwards there?
I believe it was one of the Simblacks cars and the mother car. So that would be, I think, potentially Carwood took a hit there.
So plenty going on. 37 cars on track here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to support MATCHFIT here wherever possible. Dion de Graaf, Pete Vandenberg in tow. Dale Callahan come across the line after lap 1. Jamie tucked in behind Edgar, and that's Dale, Lobb and Parlett changing positions in the background. What do you got?
Oh, just the move. Hit a replay on Phil Antoon's move down at Casio Triangle and then straight to the pit lane after that. No mucking around.
So Phil Antoon with a severely damaged car got tangled up in that earlier incident that we saw in the replay, J-Man, and gets the move done, like you said, and then straight in to no mucking around for Phil. Gets it done, gets it out of the road, and gets the front of that car bandaged back on just quietly. So, big position changes. 8 positions for Darren Lobb, J-Man. Wow.
Yeah, impressive stuff.
Dutchy, very sideways. Oh, it wasn't, it was actually Edgar that was very taily there, and just Kitcher again, J-Man. Hasn't he come up on the radar tonight? Flash of the headlights to Blake Fitz. He's like, bro, I was in there. Get over the rear of Blake's car here. Kitchen means business here. Look at that. Very close proximity. Easy to get a little bit of overlap there and just tag the rear quarter of the car in front and turn it. They've got to be so careful, J-Man. Dunstan down a position into 12th. Looking good. South Canterbury removals in the new car, in the Chevy. Going back to Radford.
What a great position at the moment, Davo, for Dion de Graaf. Obviously, with it start in the finishing position, right up there, he's leading this one. Got a second, 3 over Pete Vandenberg at the moment. But man, it is busy. It
is very busy there as we just see Roger Forbett duck into the pit lane, I suspect there, showing on my data as well.
Yep.
Callahan, Taylor up through the S's there. He's got pressure from Lobb. See Darren Lobb's name come up on your delta behind you. You know it's on. Sun getting low in the sky here. It's getting dark. Shadows are long. Lobb pushing, goes for the inside at the hairpin. Is he going to get this done? Looks like he is. Nice work.
What a shame. Troy Stone Street cops another drive-through for a driving infringement. So, yeah, he was on the back of Fox. Now, it's looking there. So, progress there for Rehan, just a little obstructed at the moment. He's tucked up and behind Michael Gunstone at the moment. And I'm looking at Andrew Dutch's a couple of spots further up the road. But De Graaf doing a nice job at the moment and running a 2:06.6 as well. He's got good pace early on in the piece here. As we see Rehan start sizing up a move now, and Gunston slices to the inside. Look at the train of cars just ahead of him. Gets that done. Textbook 101 down a Casio triangle and tucks himself up on the back of Dylan Radford.
Yeah, so look, plenty going on in front of him there, J-Man. They are well and truly in their own battle here. Very early days. Over 20 minutes yet to run in this race, and just look at that training car. We're just getting off the roof cam there of Rion, and that is Radford just pinching the rears there, running wide.
Yeah,
that was a gift.
And so he finds himself in the close company of Andrew Dutch again, so he'd be familiar with looking at the part number on that bumper for a fair portion of the sprint race until he got the job done.
It's probably might still have a little bit of blue MATCHFIT paint on it, to be honest, Jamie.
Good at tagging. But look, nice moves, and also who was that that I see just then? Was that?
Oh, that is getting hecked. Just up in front there, Kitcher again, right smack bang in the middle of that pack. And he again looks very aggressive. Bit of a tag on the back of Fit. Flash of the headlights again. It's like a trademark move out of the hairpin at the moment. I think it was Fitz last time. He just tagged up there. Fitz gave Fitz some pace. Back on the back of Parlett. Oh, Parlett turns it. Unforced J-Man. No.
And Rehan Leonard just copped the drive-through penalty for an earlier incident as well. So that is really going to set a challenge for him.
Parlett's car damaged, J-Man. That's unfortunate.
Yep. All right, and who's that? Kitcher off at the Casio triangle there, looking for a move on Blake Fitz and just couldn't pull it up.
Ryan smartly gets out of that fight. Gets into the pit. There is a lot going on here. Oh, the outside. Kitcher's just like, yes. Let's do this.
Oh, sorry, that's Dutchy, sorry.
That's Dutch.
Is that past the Dutchy to the left-hand side?
And that's Edgar. That's pretty much exactly what it is, J-Man. Oh, look at this. Does not get much better. Out of the top of Kitcher's car here. He's right amongst this. He'll be loving this, J-Man. Oh, and you can hear it clearly there. Kitcher just leaning on that loud pedal too hard there. Car really fired up on the rear tyres. Had to address it. Loses a couple of car lengths, gets it back in check and carries on. Wow. Great example of what these guys are dealing with here, J-Man. You mentioned earlier in the broadcast about how difficult these cars are to drive. No traction control. No ABS. A lot of power. Oh, touch an Edgar again. Probably not the cleanest pass. Kitcher gets amongst it as well. Edgar hung out to dry. It'll be dirty.
Oh, the radio lit up as soon as you said it, Davo.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. So Dutch and Kitcher both past Edgar. Edgar, no doubt, dirty. That is Radford in the... I think J-Man just peeling off into the bits. Go, look, I don't want any part of this. I'm going to let you guys go and play. I'll just have my official pit stop right here, right now. Radford in the pit lane. J-Man. Wow. These guys, look, they always put on a show. But I tell you, here at Suzuka tonight, oh, this is awesome. I think J-Man's... No, he's not ignoring me, everyone. He's actually listening. No. He's listening closely to the race stewards. I know what he's doing.
Just collecting a little bit of data, a bit of intel, mate. But, hey, look, Michael Jones, Daryl Callahan, good battle as well. They've got Pete Vanderberg just ahead of shot, and that is in the top 5 there that we're looking at. Obviously, we have focused a little bit on the battle with Fitzy, Kitcher, Edgar, and Dutch, and they are not too far behind. Who was that? We can see that was
Kitcher well wide. Kitcher well wide there. Out of the Degner there, under the bridge. Very lucky to keep a handle on that car. Jones having a look, J-Man.
Yeah.
Fitz in tow. We saw Kitcher have a crack at Fitz a few times already in the feature here today. Look, we're only 12 minutes into it. We've seen him have a couple of cracks at it. But look, where is Blake Fitz now? Tucked right up in behind Jones.
Yep.
And Callahan here. So doing a stellar job. He does have Dutch hunting him down, mind you. These guys are going to get a lesson pretty soon because Dutch is on his way.
Oh, 2 of them peel off in front immediately. And so that's actually 4 of them in there.
DeGraff as well. And just sneaking into the pit lane as well.
Vanderberg, Callahan, Fitz, Kitcher, Edgar.
Flurry of them. Look at them all, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like the car park at the shopping centre on a Saturday morning. No, that's fine. No. Hang on. Whoa.
So good battle forming as well. Leading into that pit stop was Rehan and then Stefan Adams and co. There was a great fight about to form that, and I'm sure we'll be able to pick that up back on that post pit stops as well as these guys fire these 2 tyres on. Maybe a little drink of juice to cover off the tyre, and then away they go again. And that is exactly going to see. It's going to look something a little bit like Stefan Adams over, I think it'll be Watson, Mann.
Yes. Now, of the just peeled out of the pit lane here. So it is on again. They literally just came out of the pit lane and created a mid-pack in the field. So, led by, I don't think that it might be Chris Thomas. Actually, the Radford and changing positions back there. Not sure what went on there. Now, we did see Kitcher struggling for grip earlier. Maybe he just had a bit of a slip down. He's back past J-Man.
Yep.
So
maybe a bit of a pit lane exchange there as well going on. So there's a few positions just shaking themselves out, which we'll see over the next lap as they equalise and come around. But Lob currently leading this race over Jones and Dutch. Now, Dutch starting to make some good roads into Michael Jones now. We saw him having to battle with a lot of guys coming through. Obviously got the slightly better run through with Rehan. I saw both those boys take a really nice option to the inside of a spinning car up there at turn 11, the hairpin. So often, you know, the quick thinking of lines where to go can be the difference on how well you end up in these races, and in particular the car damage. You know, these things are quite fragile.
They are a brute to drive. Like you said, they are a little bit fragile if you want to get the muscles out. So, yeah, just they do need to take a certain amount of care. Who is that just sneaking in? Blake Greenhole just sneaking into the pit lane there. Shane Edgar with a train of cars behind him now. There, that is Gunston Kitcher. Radford Kitcher with a big wriggle into one. I don't know whether anybody picked that up on back a shot there as we look over the rear wing of Edgar's car there, but Kitcher looking very aggressive tonight in his driving style. Not so much, you know, like making contact with people, but it just really looks like he's aggressive with the car. A lot of body language going on, and again, right up behind Gunston here. Oh, and again we see the Kitchen car slipping around.
Yeah, it's super quick on his... Oh, and he's
going to have a crack at it. Oh, he's got the bloody thing turned, J-Man. Oh, is he vulnerable to Radford? Yes, he is.
Had a big look there.
Oh, that is ramping up. That is a proper street fight going on there. Kitcher carrying the P plate on the rear bumper bar. I'm not sure whether that is so apt at the moment, I tell you. He's showing some good skills here again. Look at the dip into the second half.
Dutch off into the pits too. That was from P3 as well. So it'll be interesting to see where Dion de Graaf is. Obviously, he was in a good position coming into the pit stop phase of this race. Yeah, great time to step it up too, Dion de Graaf. Really just understanding where he is in this race at the moment, and just banks his fastest lap of the race. It was very intermittently the fastest lap of this race, too, on a 2:06.5 as well. Shane Eggers just lowered that mark now down to a 2:06.4, but great time for Dion de Graaf to really wind the wick up and stomp some authority on this feature race, and he has looked good from the get-go of this one. Obviously having an opportune position to start this race, he's capitalising on that, Davo, and watch
Absolutely.
that space. He's only got Jones and Lobb in front of him, who are still yet to stop. I think there's around about 35 to 37 seconds difference between himself and the race leader. So unpack that at the pit stops, and we might have a bit of a race on, mate.
Look, I think we do actually, J-Man. So we're just showing proximity there. There's Lobb heading down to 130 there. Just about to tip that car in, and you might see just in the background that was the Jones car there, just going over the rise there. So not too far behind. So these guys just tipping into 130. Dion de Graaf coming out onto the final, the back straight now. So he is well and truly got a shot at this, J-Man, as we just see my data Lobb actually, and locking up at the control line, coming into the pit lane. Jones follows, and he commits as well. Maybe a little bit more conservative, but not much. Something going on in the background. That was Raya with a quick sneaky peek there at... Oh, look at that. It was just like, oh, I'm here. I'm here. Stefan just like, oh, so you are. He steps aside a little bit. Let's him roll through.
Here we go. De Graaf through, sorry, mate.
Yeah, so De Graaf, like we suspected, J-Man across, and leaves these two guys to fight it out. So that's now Lobb and Vanderberg in second and third position, respectively. J-Man, the two team cars at the moment have all of those boys pitted. Yes, they have. So there you go, Dion de Graaf. What a masterclass there, J-Man. He's really has nicked that, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's got a nice 4-second margin. We'll watch that over the next 7.5 minutes to see what that looks like, because obviously he has got
those boys, those boys, yeah, both of them.
Darren Lobb and Pete Vanderberg in tow, and Blake Fitz as well. Obviously mentioned.
Fitz,
he cooks it.
He overcooks it.
Andrew Dutch takes that without question, pounces on the mistake there, and immediately sets the focus now on Pete Vanderberg. So you can just hear the throttle delay of these cars, the modulation, the throttle control that they have to have in these cars through so many of these corners, in particular up here through Spoon. Got to be super patient not to lose the rear end before they turn it in. You can just see the difference there. Andrew Dutch tighter on the apex and Pete Vanderberg. So probably gets to just apply the throttle a touch earlier, which will make a big difference as they run down to 130.
Yeah, nice work from all here tonight, J-Man. Plenty going on, and there is still 6 odd minutes to run. A few more laps yet. Look at Dutch, J-Man. Look at the, just getting the power down. Nice, tidy exit. Albeit a little inside, still managed to get the run.
Yeah, and I think
he's got it done.
Well awake to that. So that's another one that sees Dutchy back on the podium.
Yeah,
and
nice
that margin
nice
now
work,
already
Jamie.
down inside 3 seconds from Darren Lobb to de Graaf. So there is going to be a battle on. We have only got, what, 6.5 odd minutes left to run in this one. That isn't too many laps. We've only got a few more in it. It's interesting that Pete Vanderberg, pretty snazzy on the pit stop, 9.3 seconds stationary versus the guys ahead of him, 9.8, 10.5 and 9.9. So just looking down a little further, Davo, some tight margins there. Rehan starting to put some pressure on Phil Carpenter for 13th, and also Heath Martin right on the back of Ross Watson, looking for a way through there. So that is for 18th and 19th respectively.
Yeah, with Rian just past Robbie Bradbury too in the last half a lap. I think it was down into 1 actually, so nice work. Looks like he might pick up Carpenter. I don't think he'll pick up Forbett at this late stage, J-Man, but yeah, good progress forward. Forbett not quite in the top 10. Who is holding the top 10 down? Dale Callahan, J-Man. So
yeah, solid race for Daryl.
As Radford still very much in tow, mind you. So that little race isn't over yet. Radford looking hungry, thinking maybe I should be in that top 10 position here as we just watch him.
Yeah, and I tell you what, up the front.
Oh, he's gone the outside, has Radford. Can he make this live? Oh, he nearly got it done.
Yeah, it was tight,
Forbett.
And he's got someone looking to
it's
come
Forbett.
down the inside.
It's Forbett there having a crack.
Forbett. Yeah, Andrew Dutch has sent a message to the front too as well. There is 1.8 seconds between Lobb and de Graaf, and then it's only 2.4 back to Dutchy, and Dutchy just dropped into the 205s, so 205.7.
Wow.
And this is busy down here with Roger Forbett and co. That must be a back mark. He just caught that.
That is a
line at the wrong time.
Is one of the out of positions car there, J-Man. And yeah, did sort of catch the boys there a little off guard. Callahan working hard just now. The two boys behind him are very hungry for position. Callahan holding down top 10. It may as well be first position, J-Man. Really. It's a second first position in the field here. Look at those two going behind him.
Oh, there's a move. There is a move.
And it's on. He's got him. He's got him. Forbett's got him.
nice piece of driving there. As it just gets a little darker now, we can see the lights ablaze, the sun dropping over the horizon, and ultralight is falling now. Closing this one out, and you got a couple to go.
Definitely.
What does that mean? The gap is 1.5 seconds now from Darren Lobb to Dion de Graaf. Can he hold on? I reckon he's got a good shot at this one. If he just stays disciplined, hits his marks. 1.5 seconds. What does he run? Give you a read on the lap times. Okay, 2:06.8 plays a 2:06.2. And then Andrew Dutch with a 2:06.4, so a little bit of pace just fell out of that one for Dutchy there. I think he's probably waved the flag now to say, look, third will do on a pretty tough night. But makes the most of it. And Lobb, he'll look to try and just close down this margin as the timer runs down, Davo.
And does it run down quickly at the end here? The boys are probably thinking, my God, just give me another 5 laps.
Yeah, they'll be up for it. And Roger Forbett, he won't need too much more because he is right on the back.
O'Callaghan.
And, you know, this is a big one, hanging on to the top 10. You know, if you can't win it, it's a nice accolade to say that you got inside the top 10 of 37 cars.
Oh, you know, it is the second of first positions, isn't it? It's just like, so... now Forbett looking a little bit loose and looks like he is actually starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Roger, no slouch. Look, and always a gentleman. Roger.
This is the spot. He went around the outside here, a lap ago on...
And again, just that, look how smooth Forbett is. Under brakes. Again, gives plenty of space.
Takes a high line. I'm not sure if that's the optimum line there. It just loses the car length in the middle there. But hey, look, the gap at the front now, it is down to 0.6 of a second. What is the clock telling us? I reckon they're going to cross the line. I think this could be the last one based on the timer. We've got about 15 seconds to go. This could be a nice little scalp here for Dion de Graaf. We know he's got good pace in the car and he's had an opportune time to show it tonight. And as we watch the clock run down,
that's the checkers, bro.
He's going to be stoked about this one as Dion.
So Dion de Graaf, Darren Lobb, Andrew Dutch, top 3. J-Man, we really do need to get back to this Forbett battle here, J-Man. And I think...
Callahan covers.
And look who's behind, Radford and Rian. What a great finish for the challenging for the top 10 there as well with Kitta, who came up on our radar a lot tonight, landing in 9th. Callahan holding our 10th with Forbett in 11th. J-Man, what a cracking race. What a spectacle here at Suzuka with Dion de Graaf taking it out. And look, although had a little bit of a gap on Lobb there at the end, who definitely had to work for his money, J-Man. So Dion de Graaf, Darren Lobb, Andrew Dutch, top 3, Peter Vandenberg, Blake Fitz, who did a stellar job in, I think, both races there to come in 5th here in the feature. Shane Edgar, Michael Jones, Michael Gunston, Noah Kitcher, and Darryl Callahan rounding out the top 10, ladies and gentlemen. And look, the list is vast. I tell you, from there, that is the top 10. There was 37 cars on track here tonight. There's a lot going on and a lot to unpack. And you know what we're going to unpack next, J-Man?
Well, we're going to welcome, I guess, P3 from the feature race. So, Q, effectively,
the drum roll,
the podium speeches, and we will grab.
Come on, let's get
Andrew Dutch
down.
He was mid-conversation, and I've interrupted him. Dutchy, you
hello,
obviously
boys.
got your bike on, mate. How are you, buddy?
How we going?
Mate, fantastic night once again. Massive battle. race 1, but that fight back in race 2, that was special. You had a lot of work to do on what was a very busy racetrack, especially at the hairpin, mate. Took some good options tonight.
Yeah, that first race, I tell you what, I've never felt as much pressure in my life as I have with Rayhan behind me. So, yeah, I made a mistake into that chicane. The car just didn't want to stop for me, and I just more tried to manage that corner so I didn't hit him. But yeah, that was really tough, that feature race. There's, when there's a lot of cars around, there's not much passing opportunity at all. So I just tried to pick my spots, and yeah, hope for the best.
Yeah, look, and opportune time to pit stop, I think, when you went was quite a smart play. It sort of, I feel like, from what I saw, it was a good time to go, and it really just came out to that point where you got to settle down and go to work with those top few boys and try and put some work in. And look, the 2057 at the back end showed that the car did have a lot of pace in it. And then I thought maybe with a lap to go, you maybe waved the white flag and said, look, that's probably about all it's got in the margins. The timer just ran a little bit down too far, but you had good car pace.
Pretty much spot on, mate, to be honest. I made a decision on my pitting that I was going to, I think it was whatever lap it was, I said I think it was Michael Jones in front of me, if he didn't pit, I was going to pit. If he did pit, I was going to stay out one more lap. So, yeah, I ended up pitting. Turned out to be the right time. Obviously got lobby there towards the end for the P3. So, yeah, towards the end, I definitely waved that white flag. I could feel the tyres start to go from underneath me. So, I didn't want to push too hard and then cost myself a third place. So, I just settled for that.
Yeah, look, and I think, when we look at that back on reflection now, it was a very, very good stop as well. So, against the two guys that you had here, you had the smallest margin in the stop on them, so obviously everything worked in the stop. I actually thought it looked to be, that whole iRacing thing, like the car maybe had to back up a little bit more than usual, but that could be just a graphic thing. But I think the timing, lap 6 for, was it the graph, 9, lob, 8 for yourself, I think something like that. And I think it was, like I said, it was the opportune time, and I think just spatial awareness and what you got to do after that. And that 5-7 was I guess a characteristic of the fresh air that you had, and you really got to go to work. But hey, look, just quickly talk to us about the tyre dig in that race. Obviously, we're aware that you know mandatory 2 tyres. How badly do you need them, or is it not so bad around here?
For me personally, I needed them. I found myself probably pushing too hard too early, and that sort of cost me a bit of tread on the tyres. So towards the end of my first stint there, I was really hanging on. I just tried to slow my lap down a bit and try and save some tyre in case I wanted to go a few extra laps. But my tyres dropped off a bit, but I put that down to the way I was pushing, how hard I was pushing to try and get around people. But yeah, look, for me, tyre dig was there. For others, it didn't look like there was. So could be set up, could be driving skills, who knows.
It's obviously, I had a little pedal in these things over the weekend just to see what you guys are dealing with. And man, very limited time in a supercar, and for me it was quite outstanding how much lack of grip. I'm going to pick on turn 7.
So what are you saying, Joe, man? You got a little bit more respect for the boys too?
I got a whole lot more. I mean, coming out of the S's, Dutchy, and then out of that 7 to head down to 8-9 to the Degner there. I couldn't believe that even high RPM and 4th gear, hook and fifth, that the thing still with the amount of tyre that you're leaning on, it still just wants to let go. So when you're constructing a 28-minute race like this, how conscious are you of how sideways you are getting the car at times? Are you trying to negate that wheel spin as much as possible, or are you
in that first race? No, I was pushing very hard to stay in front of Rayhan. So I didn't really care about my tyres. That second race, I was probably a little bit more lenient on the throttle. I short shifted to 4th a little bit earlier. I found that I was holding 3rd a lot further than some of the other boys around me. So in that second race, I started shifting up to 4th a little bit earlier, just so I could try and get the power down. But you can feel it stepping out every it just, the wheel work on that corner is immense to keep it straight. So it's a tough corner.
And even with the short shift, you know, trying to take that rev out of it, it's still got enough torque to.
Yeah, even
fire it up.
yeah, 100%. Even short shifting to fourth, it was a bit of a struggle. So, but yeah, all's well that ends well. So yeah.
Yeah, no, mad respect to yourself, mate, and all the other guys out there, because like one thing that was one of the ones that really lit up for me, and then the other one was coming out of turn 11, the hairpin, and second gear, and literally trying to feed that power on from a slow speed entry exit, and you literally have to be so disciplined, don't you, with the throttle coming out of there on your way up to head towards Spoon, and that it's quite outstanding how much power these cars have got.
That hairpin can make and break a lap, to be quite honest. Like you said, you've got to be really gentle on how you apply the throttle. And I noticed that when I was doing practice that I got sideways a few times there, so I kind of adjusted my line. And yeah, it seemed to work in the race. But yeah, you've really got to feather that throttle out of that hairpin.
Yeah, nice. Well, once again, mate, you know, it's becoming part of the staple diet to have Andrew Dutch down in the comms box at the end of the night. So you're doing everything right at the moment, mate, and look, really stoked for the drive. Obviously, race one was fantastic performance. You guys put on a hell of a show, yourself and Rehan. The slightest little mistake down the Casio Triangle was the difference, and then that big drive through, you know, we saw yourself and Rehan coming through. Obviously, it didn't go Rehan's way tonight in the feature, but it certainly did go your way, and that is why you are down here, my friend. So congratulations on another fantastic result, mate. Looking forward to next week already.
Awesome, boys. Have a good night. I appreciate it.
Cheers, Dutchy. That is Andrew Dutch from P3 there. Fantastic job. And look, we do not have Darren Lobb in the comms, so we will jump straight away to the top spot. The man that ran away with the feature and then held it solid to the end. Dion DeGraff, you got us on comms, mate?
Mate, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, that was pretty intense, to be honest. If you go back and actually have a look at my pit stop, I wasn't meant to pit, but I bucked it up, and I was like, nah, full send into pit and just hope for the best.
There you go, mate.
That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what we want. Hey, it was early, lap 6, although I thought it worked for you particularly well in the end, mate. You know, given that, I guess the way things shook out, I don't know, I don't think I'd want to be one of your rear tyres at the end of that session there, Dion, but look, it did work well for you, mate, and you know, a particularly busy race behind you, but man, you capitalised, and that's the thing. You know, we've seen this already. You know, we've seen Pete Vanderberg do it earlier in the season. You know, get given that opportunity up towards the pointy end at the start of these features, and you know, we know you've got pace. We've seen how much pace you've got in the car, and when you get given that opportunity, you've got to capitalise on it. And I thought you did a brilliant job of that. So. Just take a step back though, race one, just talk to us a little bit about the qualifying, getting in there and how that looked for you. Give us a recap on your quali position and what that race one looked like to end up having such a good starting spot for race two.
I think I qualied about fifth, either fifth or sixth. Yep. So I was like, yeah, sweet, this is all good. I knew I had the car pace, like, I hadn't really done much practice, but I knew I had the set. I spent a bit of time making the set, but yeah, just unlucky with the contact with Troy Stonestreet on lap 1. Not his fault, but hey, it is what it is. It's racing. But yeah, managed to go back from 31st and drive back to 13th. So I was pretty stoked with that in the first race.
Yeah, that's impressive. So you gave yourself an opportunity, you know, spot there, starting from what was that, the second row, and then got to, you know, like I said, use the car pace. So out there tonight, a 2:06.5. I saw that light up. There was a time there where the 2:06.5. It was a time, and I think it was right when those guys that had carried on, the likes of Lobb and co, and you banked that 6.5 pretty late in the piece. Dion, and it was one of those key moments in the race that we talk about. You know, it was the time for you to really, whatever you had to give it then, and make that margin. And then we saw obviously Lobby run long to try and negate that. And look, it was, like I said, the pit stop worked out really good for you in respect of, I think, traffic in the end. Obviously, we can't follow the whole race with you, but I'm sure you had your lap markers and your traffic out there. But I feel like race distance wise, you capitalised on what you had there, starting from the second row in that one.
Yeah, 100%. On race 2, I was just like, man, I just need to get past Pete so I don't get held up. And I was pretty much just trying to do quali lap after quali lap because I knew Darren and Rehan would be coming. So I was just like, sweet. And then I seen Rehan get a penalty. So I was like, sweet, it's only Lobby coming. So I just knew I had to pace around where he was. But I was saving fuel at the same time.
Yeah.
How
tight were you at the back end?
0.3 crossing the line.
We'll just put that down to good management.
yeah. I was saving for the last 2 laps, just saying.
Yeah, nice. Nice work.
Lucky you had the gap to be able to do it, to be honest. So we watched it diminish a little bit there, J-Man.
Yeah, we did. But that said, like I was obviously the last sort of couple flicking back through to Dion, and to be honest, every time I looked, the car was straight. You look, to be honest, you look real comfortable out there on a track that asks a lot out of you guys. We just talked, to Dutchy and saying that the discipline required on the right pedal here tonight's probably one of the greater ones, and I picked on turn 7, a corner that typically if you're in 3rd and 4th gear, you should be pretty good with traction, but, the way you're leaning on the car with the off-cambered corners here and at times in the lap, it's just, the discipline required is huge.
Huge. It is, J-Man. I just noticed lobby in the lobby, so...
Yep, well, we'll give congratulations now to Dion de Graaf for taking the feature race in this one here, and... look, mate, well done once again on a great performance, and already looking to see what you bring for next week.
For sure.
Thank you very much, and thanks for putting on a good stream, and thanks SimBlacks for the sponsorship.
Oh yeah. Way to go, SimBlacks.
Yes.
Rocking the SimBlacks.
For sure.
Absolutely. Awesome, Dion. Thanks for the chat, mate. We'll talk again soon.
Catch you, boys. Have a good night.
Yeah, mate. You too.
Dion de Graaf, ladies and gentlemen, and what a stellar race from him. J-Man, one more.
Yeah, one more. We've got Darren Lobb down in the box. He was obviously fulfilling some other contractual requirements with his sponsors or something going on there. Left us hanging.
Signing autographs, boys. Signing autographs.
Look, mate, fantastic performance tonight. Hard work, though, mate. And look, you had your work cut out for you tonight. I did notice a couple of uncharacteristic things. I'm going to pick on I think, down the list quite late, and then obviously fired on a great lap. Saw you elevate from, I think, like P35 to P5 in that sort of practice session, and then qualifying, mate. Just give us a quick rundown on qualifying for you. How did it go, and then the first one, and then we'll touch on that brilliant drive in the feature.
Yeah, I have no excuses, man. I've been on a 5-day bender to the mountain.
That's a pretty good excuse.
Let's make it interesting. Let's make it real. I flew down at the crack of dawn on Thursday morning. I caught up with a whole bunch of my DPR teammates over the weekend. We camped in the paddock campgrounds. I supported my old mates back from South Africa running the WRT 32 BMW. Had an absolute ripper, drank too much, didn't eat enough, didn't sleep enough, and
perfect,
mate, I tell you,
perfect preparation.
I'm still living the consequences. So, no, jokes aside, I got back kind of 4 a.m. Monday morning or whatever the case is. So. I've had 2 days to reacclimatise, but I'm old now, so these 4-day benders take a little bit of while to work out the system. But I jumped into qualifying. I jumped into practice late. I didn't have a set, hadn't done a single lap, haven't driven these cars around this track before. And it's a real driver's track, so it takes a while to get a setup dialed in, and then just to get yourself working good at the track. So I managed to get a reasonably decent hold on something at the end of practice. got me into the top 30. Not that that really mattered.
Nice.
And then I managed an okay lap in qualifying. My very last lap I was probably good for a 2:05.4, I think, which would have put me third or fourth. But I outbraked myself into the last chicane, and that was kind of all she wrote. And yeah, I just made a small setup change between qualifying and the race. Forgot to take all the fuel out of it, so I ran with, I don't know, 60 litres. So I carried a chubby person next to me. And yeah, I got a good start, and kind of from there it was just try to get behind Roger, who's kind of the only guy that I could run with, and just try to see what he was doing, where he was making his lap time. Had nothing for him. The car was just too loose at the end. And yeah, had nothing for him, but pretty comfortable fourth place. And I then threw the hallelujah at it between races, made a bunch of changes to the setup, softened it up. And I got to be honest, it got off the line like a rocket, and it was pretty damn good in that second race.
That's good.
It was.
Bit of driver error, outbraking myself into my pit box. So
it was you that I saw the car backing up.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, you'll never get those 4 seconds back. So it screwed my whole strategy, because I was keeping a very close eye on the gap to Dion and the rest of the guys, and also their lap times. And I knew I had reasonably good pace on old tyres to kind of run it a little bit longer, and then use the overcut on the new tyres towards the end. But it would have been time to perfection. I think I came out the pits despite jumping the blocks 3.8 seconds ahead of Dion, and I lost 4 seconds in the lane. So complete own goal. Well done, Dion. He kept it together. I'll come back next week and try to get another W.
Yeah, well, you won't bring the chubby guy beside you in the passenger seat, because that was all the beer you drank over the weekend. So.
Mate, it's embarrassing, but I have to say yes, that's true. lots of good Aussie beers.
So talk to us about the swing. The swing was it heavily towards drive traction, stability in the rear?
Yeah, I feel like I've got a pretty good read on these cars now in terms of whatever track that you go to. Is it kind of high speed? Is it low speed? Is it lots of left rights? What's the surface like? What are the conditions? So I went with funny enough, a similar setup to what I ran at Sebring. Relatively stiff all round. And I struggled with rear end grip all the way through practicing. Well, the few practice laps that I did, and also qualifying. The stiff set goes pretty good in the first few laps, but I just, the balance was off. I was as full soft as I could go on the roll bar, so I softened up the car kind of all round for the second race, and I felt like the front end was still pretty good, but it was really the difference in the rear end, and particularly, as the tyres wore on, got up to temperature and started to wear through, the rear just kind of stayed there, which is what the stiffer set in the first race didn't do. So yeah, just chasing drive traction off the slow stuff and the fast stuff. Front end was pretty consistent. So yeah, I'm chuffed with the change. I feel like I've walked away with a setup at least I can save into my setup folder and use if we ever come here again. After race 1, I wasn't even going to bother saving the thing.
Yeah, no, hey, well, look, mate, you're thinking on your feet there tonight, because obviously, if you're saying that the car fell away inside the sprint race, it certainly would have fallen away dramatically in the feature, but it did not do that. We saw you charging hard at the back end, pulling that gap down to De Graaf, who we've since found out was in fuel management mode as well. So a few things went some guys' way. Obviously, not everybody had the best of night. We saw some drive-throughs for some guys tonight, uncharacteristic. We saw some accidents that really took people out of the challenge. But yourself, amongst the winner circle always, and bodes well for your championship. And once again, just keep banking those points. Lobby, you're looking really, really good for this one. But once again, mate, thanks very much for the chat, and congratulations on what was, in the end, a very successful night once again. Hence, while you're down here having a chat to us, mate, we do love having a chat to you, so we do appreciate the time you give us.
All good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time. Thanks for the enthusiasm every week, and hey, let's hope I talk to you in Miami next week.
For sure.
Mate. Go and get some well-earned sleep, mate. Well done.
Thanks, gents. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Davo, excuse me. Fantastic.
Darren Lobb. Yes.
Davo, yeah, Darren Lobb was another one of the consummate performers throughout the series so far, and hence why he is in here again. But hey, look, the time is ticking.
Time is ticking. Time is ticking. We are going over time. Look, the producers are tapping on the window outside here, the comms box just going, hurry it up, guys, wrap this stuff up. Look, what a great round it has been here in the Supercars NZ 2026 Allports V8 Supercar Series Round 9 at Suzuka, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to just quickly thank once again all the peeps that we need to. Obviously, GAMAFLARE. And we are going to obviously thank all our viewers, J-Man, aren't we? Because they are our followers. GAMAFLARE, obviously, Allports as well. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even need to call this out. Look at them. They're all sitting on the banner there. MATCHFIT Entertainment, GAMAFLARE, Sky 83. Thank you to you guys for tuning in as well. Supercars NZ, Allports, as always. New Zealand Esports on board, and iRacing. That's what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen, and it is bloody awesome. We are going to wrap it up right now. Thank you, J-Man, for joining me.
Shout out to VOLK Auto Electrical as well. That was our weekly sponsor.
It was.
So obviously, you know, we do appreciate every bit of support that we get, and if it's something you feel like you might be interested in, please contact, I guess, ourselves, Supercars NZ or GAMAFLARE, and get amongst it. But Davo, I'm going to let you sign this one out, and we've possibly got a little bit of editing to do.
I think we do. I think we might. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we will see you all next week at wherever that was. Anyway, see you next week. Thanks very much.